Starting?
Yep.
I want to say good afternoon to everyone and welcome to what is the first Sunday pitch session for TADHack Global. It's happening in Brisbane, Australia, because we're at GMT plus 10. We get to go first. I know we're being watched at the moment in Singapore and Kuala Lumpur. I think there's some folks in Russia paying attention. We've had a great weekend here in Brisbane. We've got 6 teams and 1 remote entry to pitch through this afternoon. We are going to try and keep to a pretty tight schedule, so we're going to go first. I just need to get started pretty quickly. And the first team to pitch is LifeSpark. Let's go.
All right, thanks, Mark. So I'm Brendan Bigger. I've worked with my colleagues Darren, Sergio, and Chris on an app called LifeSpark. The concept of LifeSpark, you'll actually see the app in a demo in a moment. We've recorded a demo for you guys to watch. Obviously, we'll leverage the Cisco Spark API for video calling capability. What we wanted to do was to allow somebody at the scene of an accident or an incident to be able to have a video call with emergency services, start that call instantly without having to log in, provide account credentials or anything, just hit one green button and be on a video call with them. Of course, bandwidth for video is not available in all areas, so we'll also have the capability to do a voice call. And some of the things that might be available through the app would be to allow somebody to visually assess the condition of the patient, person in the accident. They could potentially assist and help somebody triage that victim. And then they can also assess, are there any dangers in the area as the emergency response services drive there to attend. And then also to be able to continue monitoring the health of that patient as they wait for the ambulance services to get there to assist physically. So with that, I'm going to jump straight into the demo.
Emergency services, how may I take a call?
Yeah, hi, my co-worker of mine, Carlos, he's just collapsed.
Okay, if you remain calm, I'm just going to gather some information before we dispatch an ambulance. What's the location you're at?
340 Adelaide Street.
You're obviously with the patient now?
Yes. Male.
Okay, I've gone ahead and dispatched an ambulance for you. That's en route right now. Just stay with us, we're going to try and help you through the situation here. Just before we get started, are you able to confirm if you've got the LifeSpark app on your smartphone?
No, I do actually. I downloaded it yesterday.
On the top right, you should see an icon of a video.
Yep.
Go ahead and press that button for me. We can initiate a video call right here. We're going to look at what's actually happening.
You can toggle the camera. There should be a little button on the screen there that allows you to use the other camera. Terrific. Okay, I can see the patient there. Oh, okay, it does look serious. Okay, the first thing we're going to need to do is perform CPR on the patient. Have you done CPR?
Really, I did a long time ago.
What I'd like you to do is just approach the patient. You're going to need more than that.
Yep. Very good acting, as you can see.
Now, what you can do is clasp your hands together in the CPR position. No, not quite. Let me go ahead and share with you the position. You should see this come through.
Yes.
Yes, a lot better. Okay, so now if you put that on the patient's chest.
Middle.
No, a bit higher. A little bit higher towards, that's, yeah, perfect.
It doesn't fully
way to the scene. How we doing? Looks like they are doing a good job. They start the CPR. That should keep the patient alive until we get there.
As you can see, the quality of the video, as well as the ability to share information both ways, really allowed us to assist that victim at the scene before the ambulance services arrived. So, thank you for your time.
Well done, Brendan and team. That's a great first pitch. I think next we have the team, the phony team. Well, not phony, they're right here. A few minutes to get a second to get plugged in. It's been a great weekend here. This is obviously the time where we get to cheer and clap and applaud for everyone. So I hope you're all going to enjoy the rest of the pitches this afternoon. And as soon as we're done, I want to introduce you to Roscoe and Ben from Team Phony.
Hey, my name is Ben, and this is Roscoe, and we're Team Phony. Phony is an anonymous calling app with instant access. So anywhere you can load up a web page or a browser, your mobile or any computer, you can access a phone. So with this phone, essentially we've leveraged the Cisco Spark API behind the scenes to do our calling and connecting users together. You can see here that I actually have the app open on my phone here. Can you switch to the room one? It's not here. All right, so we're actually going to show you here behind the scenes. So how the app actually works is just regular phone, looks pretty much exactly like an Android or iOS phone. You just type in a number. It doesn't actually have to be a phone number. It's just any unique identifier for your room. And you press call. And you can see that behind the scenes just now, we have a new room created. And now the first user here is able to create that room, and you get a unique identifying link. And that link you're now able to send to another user, and they can connect to your room and initiate an audio voice chat.
So if you want a closer look at what that looked like, just look at the screen, entering a unique number and then calling. And that's as far as we've gotten.
Yeah. So unfortunately, we don't have the audio call working as such. But if we did, essentially, as soon as that call was initiated and another user connects to the same number as you, you'd end up with a linked audio call that you're able to chat over. Yeah, that's essentially the basis of the app. That's Phony. Thanks for listening.
Good presentation, good app. I think Jamin's next. Yep. With BusBot. This is nice and quick and snappy, so let's go.
You didn't say that for the other two.
You got some condensement.
No, you're right. Give him a second to get plugged in. I hope the folks at the other sides are watching us and enjoying their, I guess, lunchtime up in, nearly lunchtime up in KL in Singapore. And I know they'll be pitching a little bit later on today, so we'll dial back in and see them, I guess.
Yep.
Oh, it's done this again. It's done this silly thing again. Give me a second.
All right, this is where I just get to ad hoc while we've had some video resolution issues. Has everyone had a good weekend? Yeah. Yeah, we had burritos yesterday and pizzas today. We've certainly eaten well. Yep. You can see a crowd. In the other stream, you can see there's a crowd here. A few ring-ins. Louis bought some mates.
His son.
The junior members.
TADHack 2020. That's looking better. Please welcome Jamin.
All right, I'm today going to be presenting Bus Spot. Basically, it allows you to get the right info when you need it. So it lets you quickly access specific bus departure times on your most favourite and most used bus routes. So why? If anyone's around from Brisbane, they know that the TransLink app sucks. It's terrible, it's slow, and it takes ages to find the time. Generally, when you want to open it, you want to find one specific time really quick, and you want to know how fast you have to run. Terrible UX, and it's slow and painful to use. I've created this bot called Bus Spot. It uses the Cisco Spark service. So you can chat to it during the day, basically before you're about to leave, or on the clients on your phone, or anywhere like that. And you can basically you open it up before you leave, before you close Cisco Spark for the day. You ask the Bus Spot a bus timetabling question, and then you run to the bus once it tells you how late you're going to be. Before I go into that, I'll quickly give you a live demo. If I can get Chrome to open. Right. So, I can see a bit of testing here, but one example, see if I can make it bigger. And my mouse is gone. All right. So, let's say I am leaving the Maya Centre, the Queen Street Mall, coming home from uni. So I'm going to go to Marta Hill bus station. So I go, what time will the 200 bus Hill, you spell that right, going outbound? And I can't see the screen.
Okay, yep.
So once you send that a message, the bus bot will hopefully reply. The internet's being really laggy here. And it's not replying.
Need the question mark?
Nah, you shouldn't need it. It does natural language processing, which means it works all that out magically by itself. It's because the internet's dropped out and it killed the client. Sorry. All right, I'll give this another try. I've just been plagued with Wi-Fi issues today. You can see that's hit the API, so I should get a response in a second. Oh, I couldn't find anything. Okay, let's try one of these ones. I know works. that's annoying. There we go. So basically, it doesn't look like much, but what this is doing a lot in the background. So really, I'll go really quick run through. So what it does is when you send a message, the Cisco client, the Cisco Spark sends a message to my server, and then my server contacts the TransLink service, and then it pulls real-time information, so it'll even tell you when the bus is going to be late, or if it's going to be there a little bit early, or if it's cancelled or anything like that. And say you're going to miss the first one, it also gives you the second one, or you can ask it a few other different things and stuff like that. I'll see if I can get another one to work. Let's go. When will the bus leave? Let's say 200 bus leave from Queen Street going inbound. That's probably silly because we're already inbound. But it should look it up, and then it'll say the Queen Street bus stop. It'll leave at next one at 2:26. That's pretty much bus stop.
Well done. Well done, Jamin and BusSpot. While we get the next team set up, which is Kendrick, who's going to present ParrotBot in that sequence of bots. I just want to quickly introduce Bernie Woodcroft from iLab Accelerator here in Brisbane, who's going to be our judge this afternoon. Bernie has very strategically not seen any of the work that's gone into this. So
It's not too late for live.
Can I put it on this? Is it okay to close it down?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. All right.
It's a profile. And on the other screen, I had an SSH session.
Getting set up?
I forgot to start. Let's
Yeah,
go.
well done. Please welcome Kendrick and Parrotbot.
Hey, I'm Kendrick. I'm from QT Code Network, and I made Parrotbot, which leverages Cisco Spark's API to communicate with the drone. And I'll try and do a live demo right now. So it's connected to the drone 5 minutes ago. I don't know if it dropped out, it might have dropped out, but we can test if it should reply. Oh, sweet, okay. And so there's like commands which you can command the drone to do, and so you can type like /fly, should fly, I hope so. You can go forward. Which way is going? You can go backwards.
Good idea.
What? You can go up. I hope it goes up. And you can go down if you want to go down. I hope. Is that dodgy? Land. So yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Talk through what you've done.
So basically I had a Bluetooth connector that connects to the Parrot drone, and I communicate through Spark API. Every time I send a message, a webhook pings my server, which commands to control the drone, and those are just pre-built commands. Yeah, any questions?
You didn't do a flip.
Well, I could, but yeah. 3 minutes, man.
Well done. For anyone remotely who's been following the streams, you might have seen we've had some fun with some hardware. The Parrotbot's certainly been a big part of that. But there's also been a race car circuit on a ping pong table in the room next door. And that's been a lot of fun over the last 48 hours. I'm now going to present Team #Red, who are going to tell us what they've done with it. Please welcome the team.
You want to do it? That's all good.
Welcome, guys. Well, what we've had here this weekend is an environment which is, it's basically a car racing kit. And what we've been doing is looking at the communications between the cars and the iPads that run it. And what we've also looked at doing is grabbing some of the feed that we've been running with that data and using some evaluating the actual looking at how we can integrate some of the different data feeds in, what's happening, and then do certain things and special things with it. So currently,
you're looking at me. You're looking at me.
I am.
Hi guys.
So we've gone back a slide.
So what we try to represent through all of this is that telecommunications is probably a concept, but then the way that we communicate as people, as objects, things, those cars out there, it should be all ubiquitous and it shouldn't necessarily be tied to any medium or any construct. So whether it's copper or fiber or whatnot. So what we're showing here is a whole bunch of different mediums all coming together to create a whole user experience for what's there. So part of this, as part of we've got a demo kit that we do as part of our work, which is the Anki Overdrive demos, which is the cars, and we have a Raspberry Pi listening to using Bluetooth, sniffing the traffic. What we have done is actually extended that into the TADHack space. So we've actually used Tropo as part of one of the scenarios, but we've also used some of the integration technologies to do social media. Obviously have fun and execute. So what we've done is actually on the cars, and what we've got in red is pretty much what we've got out of the box as part of our existing demo. So the car comes along on the racetrack, it smashes somewhere, so Patrick does a good job of turning them over. All the information is being captured by the Bluetooth sniffers. What we are doing a little bit differently is actually then bringing this back into the Oracle Cloud to actually do some analysis and actually kick off what we do is a workflow process. So the workflow itself is actually doing a couple of things. On one channel, it's doing some business rules. So we've got some phone numbers hooked in. And then from those phone numbers, we're calling into the Tropo web API to actually kick that off and call someone, hey, your car's come off the track. So some basic telephony type of communication there. And what we have done also is integrated that with LinkedIn. So before anyone shoves any bad stuff in there, I've actually got a workflow process in here that stops people from doing bad things to my LinkedIn account. So that's always a safe thing. Approval process that then integrates that back and puts it up as my status update. So there has been a couple of times I've been testing last night and this morning. Anyone's on my LinkedIn, they will have seen some updates about Anki Overdrive being pushed up through there. So that's pretty much our solution that we've sort of put together. So I'm not going to go through this too much, but around some of the really simple UIs to actually get in there, do all this stuff. Here's one of those forms. That's me, my LinkedIn update. So proving what goes out, and Patrick, and then things pop up magically in there. So whether it's that, Facebook, Google Chat, calendars, then it doesn't really matter. So the last bit is we use Tropo in the back end through and explicit use of the Node.js as the web API, which allowed us to do a lot of the other integrations that we wanted to do on the other side. So there's a Tropo call at the bottom saying, hey, your car guardian has been detected coming off the track. We've got a bit of a movie of what's there. Just a quick snapshot of it all in action.
Race begins in 3, 2, 1. And here we go. You have taken the lead.
So we are getting some telemetry from the cars themselves. There's the car going off the track.
Professional hand person.
This is actually now picking up the event.
What's this? What's on my phone? Let the answer.
Cool. Okay. Chit chat.
That's it.
Yep.
Well done, Patrick and Jason.
And Lowe.
And Louis. All right, as the guys get set up for chit chat, this has been one of the ones that's been lots of fun for us over the weekend. I'm going to encourage them to get. Can I just? It's been great having you guys here. I just want to welcome Lukman and Nitin.
Thank you. Yes, you've done the taco burrito dance quite a bit this weekend as well.
And we'll let you guys set up, and then we'll talk about chit chat.
Yes. Thank you. Hello, John. Where is the HDMI cable?
Oh,
In your hand?
Yeah, that's actually mine.
that's someone actually had a cable on.
Ah.
I'll flip this back off.
We're up.
Shall we start?
Yep. Please welcome Chit Chat.
Hey guys, Nitin, Luke, we met here at the TADHack yesterday and came in without an idea of what to do. And as we were chatting about the possible things, we realized that something we all do at least once a day, hopefully, is go to the loo. And there's not a whole lot much that you can do while you're in there. And we thought, you know what, these guys have this brilliant thing of random anonymous chat. Let's try and see if we can bring those two together. And this is what we've come up with. So you enter a public toilet or a toilet that is equipped with the ChitChat application device. You can also log in using an app or just call in using any phone at any point in time. But depending on where you're calling in from, it identifies you as part of a basket. It basically, you sit down in the public loo, it detects that you've sat down, there's a pressure sensor right now, and it asks you, hey, welcome to ChitChat. What would you like to do? Would you like to have some fun by yourself? Or would you like to participate in a conversation with another shitter? And once you've answered in a yes or a no, or any kind of voice, the voice recognition and the NLP will pick that up and then put you into either trivia questions that can be answered in yes, no, or true or false, depending on where you are. Or if you're just interested in chatting with somebody else, then, well, you can chat. I'll call in to the demo.
So let me call in first.
All right.
So we get the sound on. So we go on to the technical demo. So at the minute, what we've done is that we haven't have the whole prototype working. What we have is from the phone, you can call a public number, and it brings you to this server, this ChitChat service, and we bring you in a conference with a random person. So that's what we have achieved this weekend. And so I call right now. I'm connected to my Bluetooth speaker.
TTTT, welcome to ChitChat. Do you want to chat with a random person who is in the toilet?
Yes. Of course.
You will now be in the room 11 waiting for another person to enter the toilet.
Here we go.
And this is me dialing.
TTTT, welcome to ChitChat. Do you want to chat with a random person who is in the toilet?
Yes.
You are now in the room 11 with another user in the toilet.
Hello.
So I'm just going to stop here because the echo kind of confirms that the echo sort of confirms that there's a two-way audio happening. So of course we are in the same room and we are using PSTN. The potential for this is it could be everywhere. Luke is now going to go into a little bit more about what's the technology we've tried to leverage or learn a little bit more about in trying to sort of make this work.
So yeah, so we have used the Tropo API connected to a Node.js server. So basically, what we do is our phone calls the Tropo API, and the Tropo API is just controlled by our Node.js. So we have a lot of flexibilities, and we can actually do whatever we want with the Tropo API. So at the minute, what we do is every time a user calls in, we check if there is a room available, if there is a conference available with one user. If there is one, then the user enters this conference. If there is not, we just create new conference. Like we can have 1,000 conferences at the same time because we have this random number. What we could add as well is a trivia bit after that. And any kind of possibilities now we can evolve that. We have this Node.js server connected. And I will let Nitin present you like what are the possibilities of things that we thought about and where this is going.
So when we came in, we were looking at the sponsors and the possibilities the sponsors brought to the table for the first time. And obviously the idea behind building this application was to try and identify if we could pick up a little bit and learn a little bit about some of these sponsors. We happened to pick Tropo, but I think we've seen that we could use Spark to do this as well. We can see value in using other sponsor, provide services as well. But in terms of use cases and applications, I think people in this room quite got into the conversation for the humor of it. And a lot of things developed from that, right? So we potentially look at this as a service that people can subscribe to and say, hey, you know what, we are an NGO that works with children, and we would like a separate room for ourselves. So any NGO across the globe can dial into that, and they can randomly chat within that specific group of being NGOs. If it's a public event like a game or a concert or a music festival that you've gone to, the trivia can be tailored to that event. So you kind of learn as you answer yes, no, true, false sort of questions, helps promote the event, helps you participate a little bit more, makes the whole process a little bit more enjoyable or less conscious, for lack of a thing. I'd like to turn things back to Luke to sort of introduce us and thank everybody.
I just want to add like one of the possibilities that we thought about as well, which was that like the elderly persons that are alone at home, they could have this device and start talking to anyone as soon as they want someone connected, random, and they start having someone with them. So I wanted to thank you everyone for first welcoming us here and letting us have a bit of fun with the technology. Thank you.
And again, a great team. They met roughly 24 hours ago. And we've seen an array of hardware. We've had a lot of laughs and lots of fun. Thanks, guys. Well done. That's the end of the 6 that are here. We have one more. John Lyons has been playing along at home and has contributed as part of TADHack Australia and has sent through his video. Alan Quayle, if you're watching, it's also in the correct places you should have it. We thought it's a good video. We thought we'd play it. And John particularly has taken advantage of one of the sponsors, Carrefour, and grabbed their data set and done some cool things with it. So our last presentation of the afternoon, please welcome by video, John Lyons.
It's gone awfully dark.
It has. And quiet.
Do you want to go to the, are you plugged in?
Yeah, that is my screen. Okay.
Do you want to go to the YouTube?
Yeah.
This is why you always have a backup.
Interesting to see that YouTube is the backup.
Yeah.
Is the audio something?
Yeah. I was testing it before.
Oh, there you go. All right.
It's called Shared Shopping List. It used some of this fantastic data that Carrefour supermarkets released. At least 1 gigabyte of data of people's shopping habits. So I downloaded this data and I extracted all the products that were listed in that data and gave them an integer reference. And I extracted all the lists of items that were in there. So this is what someone has bought all these items together at once. And this lets me do some analysis on that to see what products align with other products. And then we finally come up with this data where we can go through each product and we can see what other products are most likely to be bought with it. So this product number 8, you can see 10 people when they buy product number 8 also buy product number 41. So this is a bit confusing to use. So from this, I created an iPhone application called Shared Shopping List, which lets people create their own shopping lists and they invite other people to view those shopping lists and add items to them. That's great for a couple or anybody who wants to share a shopping list. So let's create a new list with a name. Now on this list, now we can start adding items. I'm going to add an item, and we can see by pulling in that data, that Carrefour, what is data that Carrefour gave us to help people decide what they need. We're going to add that into our shopping list. And using that other data that we've calculated, we can see these are the most common items that other people have bought as well. So we'll pick one of those. Now we'll add something else. And we can see once again, you can see 744 people also bought this one. So it's very easy to share that shopping list. I'll show you that. So to share someone's list, you just send them a nice looking email. It looks like this. Click on the link, and that's starting to download that list. Here you can see the entries the other person has created. So very easy to use app. Nothing like it out there, and uses that great current door data. I'm John Lyons, and this is Shared Shopping List. Thank you.
And that's it. Thank you, everyone. Who so I guess before we sort of close off the judge and make some decisions, I just want to thank again every one of you for participating, giving up a hunk of your weekend to basically learn and play in the telecommunications world. I hope you've enjoyed it. There was pizza outside. There was drinks outside. Huge thanks to the folks, respectively, from both Oracle and Cisco, particularly Jason Lowe, who pulled an awful lot of this together. Yeah, so we're going to end the broadcast stream of the judging now. Chip and Craig up in Singapore and KL, respectively. See you guys next week. Everyone else who's watching from TADHack around the world, hope you enjoy your days today, and hope you have as much fun as we've had. Thanks very much. Go TADHack.